This is a production of kmmedia.pro. Welcome back to Positive Talk Radio. Our goal is simple: to explore evolving ideas one conversation at a time. So come on over into our world. I know you'll like it, because on today's show, and I know you're going to like it because we've got a great show for you today. It's a beautiful Monday in the Seattle area. The Huskies won on Saturday and the Seahawks won on Sunday. That makes my world just very, very happy. We got a heck of a show for you today, and I hope that you'll listen to the entire thing. We're going to start off. First of all, I got to let you know, Positive Talk Radio works in conjunction with kmmedia.pro, which is the parent company. And we produced, in association with a natural design, we produced a pilot for Bloom TV. We're going to play a little bit of that in just a second. And I want you to be able to go there and listen to and watch the entire thing. It really is a lot of fun. And we've got a house full of people that we're going to be talking to, and I'm really excited about all of that. And we're going to be giving away something, and it's going to be a great show. So I hope you'll stay for the entire time. But first, I've got to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and play a little clip from the pilot that is now on bloomtvnetwork.com. So Eric, thank you for being here. And if you wouldn't mind keying that up and go ahead and playing it.
Welcome to Wellness Blooms by naturaldesign.com, where we deep dive into a product or process related to your wellness and how flowers can make it happen in your everyday life. The gifts I want to share with you are the zen feelings of a walk in a forest trail, or on a mountain with the wind blowing through the leaves on the trees, sitting in a beautiful arboretum greenhouse with a water fountain and birds.
My name is Holly Berry, and I'm the creative director at naturaldesign.com. I'll be your sagely guide, taking you all the way from the flower, through the process, and then to the party. We'll be connecting you to nature through the language of flowers.
What will you see and learn by hanging out with us for Wellness Blooms episodes? Think floral fusion for spa and wellness related topics. This episode will teach you how to make your own anti-anxiety tea. And then we'll throw you a tea party decorated with flowers. To get started, we'll learn about the flowers and plants that go into your tea recipe. Let's go meet some of the experts from Bastyr University.
And that is just the beginning of a great pilot that we've produced. It's Wellness Blooms, and you can see it currently on Bloom TV Network, and it's bloomtvnetwork.com. And we've got the CEO of Bloom TV that's going to be here in a minute. We've got the Pastonistas. If I can say it correctly, that'd be great. We've got Amber, but first I want to introduce the driving force behind this pilot and the producer of it. Her name is Holly Berry. Holly, welcome. How are you today, my dear?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here today, Kevin. And I think something that all our great listeners out there would find helpful is that we do have a live moderator today. So if you want to find out more about any of the amazing companies or ladies that you'll be meeting in today's episode, feel free to pop questions in there. And then if we can't get them answered during the show, we'll definitely loop back around after the show and make sure to get you connected.
And that is our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which is just go to Positive Talk Radio. It will show up right there on the front page, and it's live.
We are coming live.
So great. Do we have? Did we get Amber in the house?
Mr. Eric, do we have an Amber? We have an Amber. Hi, Amber.
Hi.
So the reason we're introducing Amber and the stadium of people cheering behind us is because in the clip, I know all our audio listeners didn't get to see it, but something that was shown in the clip was this beautiful cake decorated with roses and flowers. And there are these little tiny, teeny cake toppers on the top of it. And Amber actually decorated the whole cake, but also the cake toppers come from her company, which is called Forest School Friends. And she's also an editor of a magazine that they are featured in this current issue. And she is going to give away a limited edition printed copy. There it is.
Yeah, so for anyone who wants to enter, I have one magazine available for the giveaway. It's our current issue for autumn, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, and how are they entering again? Is this through YouTube?
Yeah, we're asking anyone that does want an issue mailed to them to go ahead and request one on our YouTube channel, and we'll make sure to get the information of where they want it sent and get it sent out. And do you want to tell them how to download the digital version?
Sure. You can go to kmmedia.pro /PNW. Is it collab mag, right? I wish I knew.
That's okay. They can look for the tab, the magazine tab at kmmedia.pro. Get them right there for it. And there's currently 3 issues up, all beautiful. A lot of art and creators and makers and actors in there.
Yep. We've got quite a few. We've got I think this one's about 70 pages. So it's pretty full.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for popping in to let people see the magazine. You want to hold it up one more time?
Yeah,
so everyone can see.
It is, guys. It's the Pacific Northwest Collaborative Magazine. And on the cover, we have Miss Maria Venturini, David Bailey, Holly Berry, and myself.
And tell us about Miss Venturini. She just won an award, did she not?
She is doing really well this year. She has won... She won Heart of Hollywood magazine. I don't know if she won cover or inside cover, but some sort of big deal with that magazine. Like she's going to be featured in that one. And then she's won a couple other awards, but I haven't quite tuned in to see exactly what they are all about. So maybe I'll have to do that later this week and let you guys know next week.
Well, she needs to come back on the show. She's been on the show once, but her and David were sensational. So it was a lot of fun.
Yes, we should have them both back. I would love that.
Oh, awesome. So Amber, thank you for that. And by the way, if you want to register to enter, all you have to do is go to Positive Talk Radio, which is the YouTube channel. And we've got 250,000 views, so it'll pop right up for you. And then you can just be in the chat or in the comments, just post your address and who you are and stuff, and then we'll enter you in the contest, and then you can take that away.
Sounds good.
So thank you so much, Amber. I know you have to rush off to because you have a very busy life.
I do. So yes, I do have to go on to my next venture. So I will have to say goodbye, and I will see you guys next week for another giveaway.
Well, thank you so much. And we've dedicated Mondays to working with Bloom TV and also wellness with natural design and wellness blooms, which is the pilot episode that we have out. I got to tell you, I'm absolutely floored at how good this thing is. It turned out really well. Holly did an amazing job, and the videographers and the sound people and the pilot for the little thing that goes up in the air. What's it called, Holly?
The drone?
The drone guy. The drone guy who is anonymous, but he did a great job. So, and we are very fortunate today because we have a young lady by the name of Monica who's with us, who is the CEO of Bloom TV. And we are just thrilled to have her here. Hey, Monica, Michelle, how you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing so good. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I feel honored to be here.
Well, we're excited about the entire process that we went through to do the pilot, and now it's up on Bloom TV or Bloom Network TV, and or Bloom TV Network, .com. I had to read that, and it's great to have you here. Could you just briefly tell us what Bloom TV is and why people should subscribe and watch what's on the channel?
Yeah, so Bloom TV is a network dedicated to all things floral. So think Food Network, but for the flower world. And what we do is we create a platform for creators to come in and submit their own TV show pilot ideas or even workshops and tutorials. And then we put it up for our audience. The ones that do well, we then have an opportunity to bring into professionally filmed workshops. And in some cases, produce full TV shows and series based off of our pilot submissions that do well. So we're kind of like this, not quite definitely not your YouTube or social media, not quite Netflix or Hulu, but we sit right in between and help people to make the jump from here to here. So it's a lot of fun. We've got tons of workshops covering everything from how to cook with edible flowers to tips for florists. We've also got pilot submissions on everything from what it's like to raise a family and run a floral business all the way to, well, Wellness Blooms, which was done so beautifully. We're so excited. That's our newest pilot on the site. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a place for people who either one, want to be a creator and potentially want their own TV show or series. But two, it's a place for members to come and just enjoy the beauty and magic of flowers in so many different ways.
Well, we haven't talked about this beforehand, so I'm leaving it to your good judgment. But Wellness Blooms, how did we do? Was it okay?
I mean, listen, guys, I watched it. It was so good. Immediately I'm like, wow, I feel so relaxed watching this. I feel well already just watching the intro and the beautiful music. I think it's such a beautiful message and so important for people to see the diversity of flowers and how that really can play into your well-being. And so I think you guys did such a beautiful job in representing just one of the ways that flowers can bring health and beauty to your world.
And Holly, the expert we had on, is really an expert. Tell us about her a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Last Monday, we had Dr. Daisy from Bastyr University on, and we'll have 2 more Monday shows in November. Every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is dedicated to talking about this premiere TV pilot episode called Wellness Blooms, airing on Bloom TV Network. And we kind of deep dived into different ways that you could use roses and rose water, which just blew my mind. I learned so much last week and continue to be excited about everything we're going to learn on these shows.
One of the things that I've been told many, many times by everybody who's watched it, it is a relaxing piece in and unto itself without drinking the tea. But if you drink the tea, you're really going to be relaxed and stress-free. So it was a lot of fun. And so, Monica, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And you didn't even we expected you to ask for revisions, but you said it's good to go. Is that right?
I mean, that's right. I was like, okay, yeah, love this. Let's put it up. Let's see what our audience thinks. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see how it does, because over the years, we've had all these incredible pilot submissions. And it's been fascinating to see what our audience is drawn to. We just created our first full TV show that we're going to be releasing on Bloom TV soon. But it was based off of a pilot submission, just like what you've done. So yeah, we're excited to see how it does. It was so beautiful. And just even just the cover image draws you in. So yeah, I highly suggest people go on there and watch it. I'm curious to know, what was your process like, Holly? So this being your first ever pilot that you created, like, I would love to hear what that was like from a creator standpoint to take the leap and make a pilot TV show.
For the first time, I've actually scheduled a vacation that I labeled sleep vacation to recover from this. But yeah, it was project management, scheduling, sourcing, and screenwriting and directing and all of the above. So
wow, you're a pro now.
Yeah, funny you should mention that, because one of the things that KM Media, in conjunction with A Natural Design, is prepared to do, we now have the ability that we know, and it's been proven, that we can create a top-notch pilot for somebody, or a 30-minute show about their business or about who they are and what they're doing. And we have the chops, and we have got the ability to get that done between Holly and our expert editor and the voicing and everything. We can make it a really professional looking deal. So we're really happy about that. And thank you, Monica, for letting us explore our abilities.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. We see this over and over again with creators who come in and it's like, I don't know how to make a TV show pilot. I don't know how to do this. And then what we find is, once you release people and they just are free to create and they get in there, it's phenomenal, some of the pilots that we have submitted. So, you guys did such a good job, and I hope that you at least have the bug now and want to create more. I think that's also kind of a natural spin-off from doing this.
Monica, this is an extremely self-serving question, but what did you think of the meditation?
I always love a good meditation, always. So yes, I felt like I was in a meditation from the moment it started, because it was so relaxing, and you've got the bells and what do you call that in the very beginning? It's not a gong.
The pillars? Oh, the sounds. We found a royalty-free soundtrack. It was called Floating Unicorn Heads.
You know what? I can feel that now. I can feel the essence of the floating unicorn heads now that you say that.
So, yeah. and we have a tea party, and we explain, and it goes into real in depth on how to make this tea. And Dr. Daisy does a phenomenal job of getting that done. And then we get you to relax and enjoy it a little bit. And it's only 24 minutes, but it's a great little thing. By the way, it's 24 minutes. It's 24 minutes, which works great for a 30-minute show on network TV. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yep, it's absolutely perfect. And I'll tell you, with the amount of content that we have access to these days, and streaming channels and everything else, you find that overall there's a general theme to a lot of the content that you see, and it's usually so fast moving, so chaotic. And what I love about Bloom TV, and what I love about this Wellness Blooms pilot, is that you have the ability to sit down and really sink into the beauty and the stillness and the slowness and the the overall essence of nature when you're watching it. And we want people to feel that when they come to Bloom TV. We don't want it to be this fast paced, quick hit. It's not social media where you're scrolling through. We want people to sink in and just embody what they're watching, And so I think you did such a good job of pulling people in that way, and helping them feel relaxed, but also providing that education and entertainment. So you guys did such a good job at that.
Well, and we really appreciate you being here. And we've got more guests to introduce, which we're going to do right now. And Monica, stay with us, because the pastinistas are I actually said it correctly, Holly. How about that? I think.
Almost. We'll get you there someday.
Oh, geez. But the pastinistas are, I said that, did I screw that up again? Okay, Holly, you introduce these two.
Okay, the passionistas. So you just say passion first, and then you add the little istas on the end of it. Passionistas.
Okay, and they are Nancy and Amy and Monica. What they do is they've got a podcast, but they've also got they have been on the red carpet in Hollywood. They've interviewed lots of people. They had to look down to Danny DeVito. Of course, everybody has to look down to Danny DeVito, but and many others. And they're working with women to get the word out about what women do in unique and in unique circumstances. And they're right here with us. So, Amy and Nancy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello. Thanks for having us.
We love you guys. You you're welcome back anytime. And we actually have got a special guest host who has been working to develop questions for the three of you. And her name I can't pronounce either. So Holly.
I would like to introduce Kevin's newest co-host extraordinaire, and her name is Cayetana. Cayetana, welcome.
Hi everyone. How are you?
I just call her Tana. I can do that.
Yeah.
So Cayetana, Tana, you had some questions, and welcome to the show. How are you? And I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Oh, yes, I do have questions. Welcome, everyone. Nice to meet you. This is a pleasure for me to be part of this. And also, Holly's journey is so beautiful to see her flourishing. Pun intended. Yeah, I have a question for Monica. I wanted to know, how do you stay informed and prepared for the diverse topics covered on your shows, on your TV network?
Oh my gosh. There's a bit of an echo. I'm not sure if you guys, it's gone now. Perfect. So for us, we're here to really be shown by the creators what they want to create and what they want to bring to the table. And so for us here, I feel like we're never quite prepared for what we're going to get presented. We have so many submissions all of the time. But for us, it's more of a we accept all submissions. We may have like different edits that they need to make to the content beforehand, but we're very open to all of it. Our guidelines are it needs to be flower focused in some form or fashion. But that's generally the only rule there. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Holly, how was the original idea when you all of a sudden decided, I want to do this, I want to do this flower business? What was the main inspiration behind it?
That's actually a great question. I was so overwhelmed with the opportunity after I'd met with Monica and Devin over at Bloom TV Network. And I am such a big flower nerd. It's like anything flowers. I'm like, how do I pick something to focus on? So we had a team meeting over at kmmedia.pro. And I was like, well, I've always wanted to do something, I worked in healthcare for over a decade. I've always wanted to do something with flowers that's actually helpful for people as well. Is there any way that we can bridge those two things? And I think Amber, that we just met at the beginning of the show, actually said, well, what about tea? A lot of tea is made out of flowers. And I said, perfect, we'll start with that. And I started sending out inquiries and emails to lots of companies to see if we could get a content matter expert to be part of it. So that's how that started, how we picked.
Wow, incredible. Fashionista ladies, I read about you and your project, but can you tell us again, how did you guys decided to make this beautiful project together? And I love the name Fashionistas. There's something about it. I like fashionistas and all the istas out there that are doing creating magic.
Apparently, I'm the only one who can't say the name. Anyway, go ahead, ladies.
But that's your charm, Kevin. Don't ever change. Well, and Nancy and I both had careers in Hollywood. I worked at Warner Brothers as the vice president of post-production and visual effects for a while on movies like Harry Potter and The Matrixes. Nancy had her own theater company and graphic design business back in Boston. And when she moved here, we ventured out together. After some twists and turns, we got into the world of celebrity interviewing. And that's when we've been doing the red carpets and archival interviews with TV personalities, especially. But around 2016, the world started to change a bit, and we felt like we needed to do something more impactful. And when the Me Too movement was at its height, we really chose to focus our skills on spotlighting women. So we wanted to start a podcast that allowed women to tell their own positive stories about their personal journeys and share the things that they were most passionate about to inspire other women to do the same. And then that just evolved over the years into a subscription box of products from women-owned businesses, an annual Women's Equality Summit where we give women from marginalized communities the opportunity to speak for themselves, because people often speak for women with disabilities or women from the AAPI community and don't allow them to take the stage. So we really give women a chance to speak for themselves. And now it's grown into an online community that we're officially launching in January. That's going to be classes and workshops and all kinds of video content, and the chance for women to grow in business development, personal growth, and social impact. And it's a sisterhood because everybody wants what Nancy and I have, which is this loyalty and trust and, you know, unwavering love for each other and support for each other. And now we're going to give that to the women in our community so that they don't feel alone, because most of the women that are in our world are solopreneurs and activists, and you know, they're out there by themselves. They don't have a big corporate structure behind them. So we want to give them a safe place to come and grow.
I don't think we mentioned at the top of that we're sisters.
Oh, that's
how do you mean?
If you're watching, you can tell we're sisters. If you're listening, not so much.
Good yeah, no, you do look alike a little bit. You have the same DNA. Excellent. What was your passion before, Nancy?
Before the Passionistas, yeah. I've had all sorts of passions, but our biggest passion, I think I speak for Amy too, is pop culture. We're just pop culture junkies. You know, as little kids, we sat in front of the TV, you know, and watched everything. And, you know, we know lyrics to every song written from 1960 to 1990. Like, you know, we're just pop culture junkies. And I think that's why Amy ended up in film. I ended up in theater. And then, you know, we've wound up in this world of celebrity interviewing, which has been fabulous to be able to do together and see these people that, you know, we used to watch together on TV and be able to talk to them on a red carpet at the Emmys. It's just kind of mind-blowing.
I have a question. I have a question real quick. Since you know every song, I'm going to test you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that probably, but all right, go ahead, try it.
Okay. I grew up with this song. I saw it in a movie in the early 1970s. It was Tom Laughlin and Dolores Taylor, and they did a movie called Billy Jack. And the song that I'm talking about started, and it really changed my view of life, my view of the world. And it was called One Tin Soldier. Do you remember that song?
I do. One tin soldier rides along. I don't know that I know all the lyrics, but I do know the song.
You get points for that, for sure.
Well, and basically what it talks about is that everybody's after wonderful things, and the guys at the top of the hill have got this treasure, and the guys at the bottom of the hill want the treasure, and so they go up and they kill the guys at the top of the hill, and then they open the treasure box, and all it says is peace on earth. And that in a nutshell. So anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Cayetana, continue.
I was going to ask Holly, what sort of controversial plant would you like to have an episode about?
And I'll do just a quick friendly reminder to everyone. If you're not actively talking, go ahead and mute yourself. What I heard, Cayetana, is it sounded like you asked what kind of controversial plant would I want to have a show about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, holly berries actually do phytoreductation. And there's a few other plants. And what that does is that pulls heavy metals out of soil. And I always thought that was the coolest, weirdest thing ever. And I think something like that would be fun to nerd out about someday.
Monica, how do you no, first of all, how people approach you when they want to have a pilot? What is the process?
Yeah, so there's a really simple process if you want to submit a pilot TV show idea or even just a workshop and tutorial. And you can go to bloomtvnetwork.com and hit the button that says apply to be a creator. And from there, you can just fill out your information, what you're hoping to do. And then we set up an introductory call with you to kind of hone in on what that idea is, as well as walk you through our creator process. So pretty easy.
But if you want to find out more about really how to do it, go watch on Wellness Blooms on the channel, and then you'll get a good idea, and that'll help our numbers. And as our numbers go up, they're going to have us back to do some more work, even though Holly has to have a vacation in between episodes.
Just 1 week. That's all I need.
Go ahead, Cayetana.
Yes, I wanted to ask a question to Monica again. Can you share some memorable moments or interviews that stood out during the time in Bloom TV?
Oh my gosh, so many. I'll never forget meeting one of our creators, Ana Galena, for the first time. Just this passionate woman from Tijuana who wanted to not only represent the Hispanic community in the world of flowers, but she really had this message to share around bringing joy to people through flowers and the mental health benefits that can cause just by having flowers in your home and how important that was. She also was really passionate about the process of building flower bouquets and how the simple act of being mindful as you're putting together a bouquet can be a very meditative process that's very grounding and connecting to nature. And so I loved working with her. We still work with her, but she submitted her own pilot last year, and it was so beautiful. That episode was about exploring the magic of edible flowers. And that one really stood out to me, but gosh, there's just been so many because all of our creator stories are so different, and it's such a beautiful thing. It's hard to peg just one, but that is one that stands out to me.
I think it's very beautiful what you're doing, because flowers and plants are, for some reason, at least in my case, I feel like I'm surrounded by life, even in my own place. That is, it's small, and having my plants all over, I feel like I have company. I feel safe for some reason, and having a network that is just all about that. If you can get all the energy through the screen. That's very beautiful.
Agreed. And I will share that the mission behind Bloom TV in general is this idea to restore Eden. I'm obsessed with the idea of restoring Eden from the inside out. So how are we helping people to restore their inner Eden through creativity and mindfulness and connection with nature in order to encourage them to bring beauty to their outer world by adding flowers to their food or biophilic design, to ultimately over time, getting their hands in the dirt and quite literally restoring Eden. And I'm just obsessed with that idea. And I think flowers are this gateway to beauty that everybody's got some kind of connection with, but it is a gateway drug to this idea of beauty and inner restoration. So
Yeah, a good idea. I think I saw in the Passionistas website there's a link for people to send their photos, and this puppet doll can be made of you wearing whatever clothing that you send. And I found it incredible. I mean, it's incredible, it's beautiful. I don't know who came up with the idea, but I think it would be nice also, I don't know, to see if they could recreate one of Holly's, bouquet flowers in that fabric.
That's a cool idea. Yeah, we it's kind of our little dark secret that people stumble upon every once in a while when they take a deep dive into our website, but we make pop culture sock puppets. And they're not just like the white tennis sock googly eye sock puppets. They're incredibly elaborate, like our Beatles Sergeant Pepper's puppets took about a month to make. And we literally go out and we find, the perfect trim or the perfect fabric to match the original person's wardrobe as closely as possible, but we have to find it in a tiny scale because they're this big. So as part of that, we offer the opportunity for people to have a custom made puppet. They can send us photos of their loved ones, and we will make a custom puppet based on the photo. But it would be very cool because Holly knows we are obsessed with her wings, her angel wings.
Yes.
So it would be really fun to collaborate on that and make an angel wing sock puppet. It might have to be an episode of Wellness Blooms.
That would be a lot of fun.
Properties of puppets and flowers.
Yeah, because the puppets are our happy place. We started doing it when we were feeling like really down, and we were like working really hard, and we were like, we need something fun to do together. And so we had done a few sock puppets at a job we were at a few years prior to that, and we thought, let's do those puppets. Those were fun. And so the very first set were our Emmy predictions in sock puppets. And so it is our happy place. So it is a form of wellness where, it's a good emotional release for us. So I think a holly flower angel sock puppet is 2024 project.
I'm down. I am totally down.
Yeah.
But it can't compare to Sergeant Pepper. I'm sorry.
Those are pretty much our high point. Although we are tying it to the Passionistas project, and we are doing a book on female icons in puppet form. So get ready for Joan of Arc. She's going to be the new high.
I hope that's before. Never mind. I'm not.
Yes, before pre. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I
definitely want one of me with my hair, with crazy hair and wearing something very eccentric.
You would be amazing. Let's talk. That would be really fun.
Yes, for sure. Yes. One more question for Holly. Where if you're gonna have an event, where can people find events that you would teach them about making flowers or whatever decorations that you feel like appropriate for your business, for your natural design company?
Oh yeah, I have a Patreon page. I think that might be the only other page I really use right now, where I talk about events or do giveaways. I'll announce like we're going to be on Positive Talk Radio or we're going to be on the Passionistas. And so that's just Patreon, patreon.com/Hollyberry, HOLLYBERRY.
And I just want to throw in here so that Eric can relax. We normally run commercial breaks during these shows. But this is such a fun show that we are going to go ahead and dispense with that today, and so that we can run straight through because we've got lots more to discuss. Cayetana, go ahead.
Yeah, Holly, I love your passion for as a woman entrepreneur. I think you're such an inspiration to me. We met through a networking community, and seeing you flourish, and like making this dream of sure like happening to me is such an inspiration. And I wanted to tell you here in front of everyone, because I am so proud of being your friend and seeing, being next to you, and walking alongside through this journey of yours is powerful. Thank you so much. And thank you for also inviting me today to be part of this panel. So cool. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Much love to you too as well. And thank you so much for being the co-host here. Kevin had me try to be like the interviewee and the interviewer last week. And at first I said, sure, right before we went live. And then I realized I can't really like ask the question and answer the question with a group of people. So I really appreciate you taking time today to pose the questions for us. Thank you.
No problem. Kevin, what's your favorite flower?
Huh?
What's your favorite flower?
Okay. Because I'm a guy, my favorite flower's got to be a rose because of the Rose Bowl. It's because, which for those of you who don't know, is a football stadium in California where they play the Rose Bowl a lot. No, I don't. Sadly, my wife is a floral designer, and my ex-wife, and I don't have flowers because they die, and I didn't find out why for the longest time, and then I found out that you have to water them occasionally and stuff. So I never made that connection. So if somebody says go buy a flower, it's like, no, I don't think so. Just kill it. So anyway, but thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. What is your favorite flower, Holly?
That is the question I always dread because I've never been able to pick one. I've tried, and you always get that question, especially when you work in the industry. And it's just like, I like certain combinations of them, different seasons. I like certain types from different like geographical regions. I mean, you got your tropicals, you got your high deserts, you got, your like Mediterranean ones and like you got your water lilies. Like I've even designed with those before, and there's so much out there that I have never been able to like zero in on a favorite one. But it's a good question, and I love finding out that Kevin picked the rose for the Rose Bowl. I have never asked him that. This is great.
Cayetana, I have a question for the pastinistas. Do whatever
Okay.
you are. If Holly is one of the things that we are collaborating on is taking that recipe that is in the Bloom TV special and making it into something that can be sold as a regular thing. And we've got a tea company now. Because Holly is a female entrepreneur, that be something that we could put on and create a little thing for her on your platform?
Most definitely. We have a directory of women-owned businesses on our website that actually Holly is in right now for a natural design, but we could also put her in the food section. And we're actually doing holiday lists this year. We're doing holiday gift guides. So they won't be ready in time for this, but we can absolutely do that in the future. And then on our online community, we're also going to have a directory, a public facing directory, but also kind of more of a networking space for the women who are members, so that our mission is to continue to build this microeconomy that we've been building, where if somebody wants to buy tea, we would hope they would come to another passionista and buy their tea before they went to some other box store or just some random tea company. And they actually supported each other and helped us build this community and a microeconomy of passionistas buying from passionistas. And nothing would make us happier than having Holly thrive in the midst of all that.
She's thriving anyway, but she's really good at what she does. Cayetana, I have a question for Monica. And that is, I understand, besides Bloom TV, you have another channel that you are developing, or multiple channels you're developing. Tell us about that.
Yes. So based off of the same Bloom TV model and playing in that niche media world, creators submitting their content and then us taking it and helping them to bring it into full shows and series, that same model. We have a channel called Made TV, which is for makers and artists. I hear there's some like sock puppet people on here that would probably be a good fit. But we have that one. We also have an additional 4 channels that we're going to be building out over the next year and a half, which include channels focusing on sustainability, holistic health and well-being, education, and thought leadership. So there's a lot coming.
Are you going to have a channel for short, fat white guys to do radio?
That was going to be our 5th channel. So we'll everything's a possibility. So many possibilities, so many niches, by the way, that we can tap into.
Oh, that is awesome. I'd personally like to thank all of you for being here. And go ahead, Tana, continue on.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Nancy, wanted to know if you have to create a garden, what's the first plant that comes to your mind that you're going to put in your garden?
In my garden? It's funny when you were asking about your favorite flower. I agree with Holly that it's like impossible to pick because I just love flowers. But I do have a very big fondness in my heart for a yellow rose because it was my mother's favorite flower. So I think if I were going to plant, I don't really have a good flower garden. I live in LA and my yard is mostly concrete. So I don't have a lot of flowers out back. I have a lot of succulents and things like that. But if I were going to plant a flower, I think I would plant a yellow rose for my mother.
Oh, excellent. Holly, I know December is coming and there's so many events. Can you tell everyone where you're going to be at if they want to come and see you, buy flowers, and meet you in person?
Sure. Yeah, we have one live event, and I'm just going to remind everyone, if you're not actively talking, please hit that mute button on yourself. And so we're going to be at a local restaurant December 16th, Saturday, up in Forest Park, Washington, and it's called the Local 104. And so if you want to come meet us, we'll be giving away lots of free swag and can tell you all about the TV episode that we put up on Bloom TV Network. If you want a discount to have access to bloomtvnetwork.com, you can type in the promo code Hollyberry. It's all one word, all caps, HOLLYBERRY, and that'll give you $20 off at bloomtvnetwork.com as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I have run out of all of my questions.
Well, you got through it without me interrupting you as much as I did. I apologize for that. But
yeah, no, thank you. This was awesome. I really enjoy it, especially just getting to know, being surrounded by all these women with their passions, and I'm an how can I say, an sponge, and I like learning a little bit of the different businesses. It's just powerful. I think for me, like every day that I learn something new is magical, and it makes me grow. Intellectually as a person, and also increases my curiosity to continue learning and meeting people who are doing wonderful things, creative things, out of the normal or ordinary, it's it's just wonderful.
well, and stay tuned, everybody, because if the creek don't rise, Caetana is going and us are going to create a Spanish-speaking Positive Talk Radio, which we think would be the next thing that we need to accomplish is and for her to be the lovely host, because I don't speak a word of Spanish, so I can't even bother you at that point.
Oh, it's easy. You learn.
And Holly, you had another announcement to make. Is that correct, young lady?
I do. So through the power of social media, I just found out that I'm going to be quoted in Amy and Nancy's upcoming book. And I want to hear all about it because I want to be able to buy copies. Yeah. Tell me. And then I'll also be on their LinkedIn Live Tuesday, November 28th as well.
So this is our new book called Power Passionistas: Creating Your Own Success Story. And it doesn't ordinarily have this giant gray bar across it. That's just because this is our pre-press copy. But yes, Holly is quoted in it. And her quote is, "Success is like this juggling act. If you're not dropping any one of the balls at any particular time, then you're doing it right." Which is, we love this quote. So it's a guided journal, and it's got 52 quotes from women who have been on our podcast, and they're all talking about success and how they define success. And with every quote, there's a prompt to help you think through and reflect on the quote and really help you come to a consensus about what success means to you. Because one thing we hear all of our passionistas say is that success isn't just about money or a title, you know. So it's a really great book. It's coming out, fingers crossed, it's coming out Thursday. We've had a few issues with Amazon and KDP and their approval process, but we think it's coming out Thursday. And you can go to our website, thepassionistasproject.com, and sign up for our mailing list, and we will send you an email when it is released, so you can buy it on Amazon. It makes great holiday gifts, and we're really super excited about it. It's our first book of
And
many.
aren't we gonna surprise Holly and give one away? Offer to give one away?
Yes, we're going to give one away. So however you want to go ahead and do that, you go ahead and do it.
How about if we do the same thing as we did with the Pacific Northwest magazine? So if anyone is wanting an awesome holiday, it's all about success. The quotes are all, wow, that's such a good topic for women, especially. Message us, post a comment on the YouTube. It's Positive Talk Radio at YouTube, or youtube.com/little@ Positive Talk Radio, and just pop a message in there and say, hey, I want the book by the Passionistas, so we can connect and get all the information and get you one of those books.
And by the way, I'd like to thank Monica and Nancy and Amy for coming on the show and working with Holly, because now pretty soon I'm going to have to make an appointment to see her, and to get a autograph from her, because she's well on her way to doing some pretty extraordinary things. So I'm going to be grabbing her coattails to go along.
My coattails are yours.
And we've got about 4 minutes left. And so, Monica, I would like you to give our listeners a opportunity to find out how to reach you, how to get a hold of the channel, and anything else you'd like them to know.
Yeah, sure. So you can visit bloomtvnetwork.com. You're going to find everything there. You can navigate to our OTT site from there. You can apply to be a creator. You can reach out. You can reach out directly to me at monica@bloomtvnetwork.com. I would love to hear from you. We love show inspiration. We love collaborations. We love it all. So please feel free to reach out.
This may be, and it may be temporary, the only time that you're going to ever be able to email directly a network CEO.
Yep. Come on. I love it. I love it. So please reach out.
And Amy and Nancy, if somebody wants to reach out to you, how do they get a hold of you guys?
You can find us at thepassionistasproject.com. It lists all our socials, or you can just email us there directly anytime. We'd love to hear from you all.
And Amy, you're sitting way back in your chair, so I've got to ask you a question now.
Yes. Back.
And that is, you two are so dedicated to what you do. How did you get into this and it became your passion? Did it just fall into your lap, or have you guys been working at this for years and years?
I mean, we've been building the skills that we have needed to do what we're doing throughout our careers without realizing that this is what they were going to be applied to. So we're still producing, we're still designing, we're still, interviewing, we're doing all these things that we've learned over time. But, the idea for the podcast was a spur of the moment, we have to help women thought. And now the passion that drives us every day is knowing all these women like Holly, and all the women we've met. We are in awe of them. We are amazed that we get to know them and share their stories. And we never expected in a million years the benefit that we would get from knowing them. We thought we were, we interview celebrities, and celebrities, you talk to them and you think, oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is my new best friend, and she's not. But with the Fashionistas community, you actually have connections with these people. You become friends, you become family, and we have benefited from that in ways we never anticipated. So that's what drives us every morning. And to make, especially the women from the marginalized communities, to lift them up, that's the real driving force.
Sadly, we've run out of time. The Fashionistas, if you go to the find the project, you'll find it. It'll be easy for you. Holly, I love you. Thank you very much. Cayetana, thank you so much. Monica, the ladies, it's been great fun. And by the way, be kind to one another, because each other's all we've got. We'll see you Wednesday.